Hey, house guests! Welcome to today's Big Brother 26 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Mary Patricia Dorsey. Mary Patricia, thank you so much for the support. As always, we could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so, so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the description below. And we also have a link down there for Paramount Plus if you are still looking to get the live feeds for the summer. And if you use our link, it really helps us out. So we appreciate that as well. All right. Happy Tuesday. Let's get started. I feel like I look like Lord Farquaad today. But I don't hate it. So when we left off yesterday, they just had the power veto ceremony. Going into that, Tucker, Mackenzie, and Cedric were up on the block. Tucker, as we know, won the power of veto. And I have to say, he was really messing with people's heads leading into the ceremony. He was acting like he was either going to leave the nominations the same or use the veto on Mackenzie instead of on himself. Yeah. And I mean, because it's Tucker, it's not that far-fetched to believe that he would actually do one of those things instead of using it on himself. So he actually did, in a way, kind of blindside a bunch of people by using the veto on himself. I mean, Quinn, Brooklyn, Chelsea, they were all really excited, like, oh my God, Tucker might actually stay up on the block and maybe he won't win the AI comp and we can get him out after all. But like, no, he was not taking that chance this time. He used the veto on himself. And Quinn was in charge of picking the replacement nominee because of his deep fake HOH power. So Angela's just sitting there watching it all unfold, right? Quinn actually had to submit his potential replacement nominee before the ceremony, right? And then, if Tucker used it on anybody, that person would then go up on the block. So Quinn put Rubina up on the block, which means Rubina, Mackenzie, and Cedric will be facing off in the AI arena on Thursday. And one of them will be coming off the block before the vote. Who's it going to be? I feel like these competitions really could belong to anybody, which is exciting and keeps things fresh. So, I mean, any three, any of them could win, which is keeping things going. Okay, so things really slowed down after the POV ceremony. This group is just not like very schemy, which is weird. I'm not used to this. I'm used to rats running around everywhere, right? And we only have a few rats this year. And even they are not like all over the place as much as we've seen in the past. They like to play a lot of little games. They like to talk about who has a crush on who or whom or whatever. It's just not as interesting. I don't know. But yeah, Quinn made a jack-o'-lantern with a watermelon, which I thought was really cute. I thought that was creative and fun. So I'm for that. Leah continued to complain about how everybody annoys her and gives her the ick, especially the guys. She said, though, the only two guys that were okay are Chemo and like Joseph, because Joseph is her, I'm going to call it bitching buddy because they just bitch about everything and everyone together. That's how they bond. But like, give it a rest. She's doing too much. Like, if she's not the center of attention, she's not happy and she's just going to complain about everybody. So anyway, Leah and T-Core are chatting in the unicorn bedroom and Leah says, no one ever talks game with me. She's concerned about this. She's thinking, whoa, are there a bunch of alliances that I'm not a part of? I don't know about. Like they're all talking game without me. I mean, like I said, there's definitely less game chat than usual at this point, but there are a bunch of alliances that she is not privy to. You could participate more and maybe initiate some game conversations yourself. I mean, that is an option. Look at Angela. We'll get there. But T-Core says, no, I feel the same way. I really only talk to Chemo. Girl, that is a lie. I mean, T-Core doesn't want to spill her guts to Leah, right? But T-Core's got some stuff going on in this house. She's part of quite a few alliances, and she's building up quite a network for herself. So Leah asks, who does everyone want to go home this week? Because she really has no idea what's happening here. And T-Core's like, oh, I have no idea what people are thinking. It's really going to depend on who wins the AI arena competition, which I mean is somewhat true, right? Because from what we can see, the way this is going to work, if Mackenzie is still on the block, Mackenzie will most likely be voted out. But if it's Rubina versus Cedric, it's looking like Cedric would stay and Rubina would go, but that is not set in stone yet. But yeah, Mackenzie, I think she's pretty much done if she doesn't win this competition. So we still have time left, so that could always change. But as of right now, that's what it looks like. So T-Core asks Leah, who are you the most scared of out of the 3 nominees? And Leah's like, well, I don't really view Rubina as a threat at all. Is she talking about like romantically with Tucker? Because I definitely remember her seeming pretty jealous about Rubina and Tucker getting together. I don't even know if she knows that they're like a thing at this point. But yeah, she says she doesn't really view Rubina as a threat. She is more threatened by Cedric and Mackenzie competition wise. So they don't really like reach an answer on that situation during that conversation, but there's going to be more Leah because apparently she realized I should probably be talking game. So she talked a bit of game yesterday. But later, Cedric and Chelsea were chatting, and Cedric is asking, what's going to happen to me if I don't win the AI competition? Am I going to have the votes to stay? I think so. I think he's going to be okay. But Chelsea says, yes, you will have the numbers to stay. But if it's you against Rubina, that's going to put Brooklyn, Chemo, and T-Core all in a tough spot with Tucker. Now, don't forget, Chelsea knows about the 5 points alliance with Brooklyn, Chemo, T-Core, Tucker, and Rubina, right? Because Brooklyn spilled that to Chelsea almost immediately. Those two are super, super close. So she knows it's going to be awkward if a member of the Pentagon and the collective is up there against Rubina. But she doesn't reveal the reason why to Cedric in that conversation. So then, yeah, the game talks were few and far between yesterday. There were way more conversations about who each house guest is crushing on. Do we need to go over it again? Like, haven't we heard it all already? We know people are into Brooklyn. Cedric is into Brooklyn. Angela has a crush on Cam. What? Like, we know. It's too much. Leah did talk a little bit of game with Brooklyn and Chelsea. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention Brooklyn revealed to Chelsea that she used to be a professional dancer for some sports teams. Okay. So then Leah talked some game with Brooklyn and Chelsea. And Leah was saying that if the vote is between Cedric and Mackenzie, she would rather keep Cedric, which I was like, excuse me, ma'am? Because I thought Mackenzie and her were super close. I thought they were besties. She says she likes Mackenzie on a personal level, but she says, I want to play with good players. Okay. Also, she's not even aligned with Cedric. Wouldn't you want to take out the stronger player if you're really saying that Cedric is a stronger player and keep the person that you have a closer relationship with? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Lammy's here. But yeah, she's kind of been talking crap about Mackenzie lately. She's been talking crap about almost everybody. So then Rubina has a chat with Leah, and Rubina's doing a little bit of campaigning, saying that Mackenzie is pretty much on the outs with everyone, and Rubina feels that she would be better for Leah's game. So Leah's like, yeah, let's go. She is more than happy to talk shit about Mackenzie. So she says, I would rather work with you over Mackenzie. She says her relationship with Mackenzie is just like surface level. And she's complaining that Mackenzie is always trying to get involved in whatever she's doing, whether it's cleaning, making brownies, etc. I think she was even like accusing Mackenzie of stealing her jokes or something. But like, oh no, your friend wants to hang out with you. Poor freaking thing. Like, she doesn't want to interact with anybody who wants to spend time with her. So I don't know what she's trying to do at this point, but it's just a whole lot of complaining. So Leah was also complaining that Quinn won't leave her alone. And at one point yesterday, she was even hiding from him in the storage room. Yikes. I feel like she needs to like set some boundaries with Quinn if he is really annoying her that much. But or maybe like talk to Big Brother about it. Maybe they should say something to him if it's really like an issue. But late last night, Tucker, Rubina, T-Core, and Chemo were hanging out by the fish tank upstairs. Honestly, I don't even know if they were talking game at that point or if they were just hanging out. But Angela was in the HOH room trying to eavesdrop on them. And she's like straight up lying on the floor, ear to the door, like the little crack between the floor and the door. She's putting her ear there to hear what they're talking about. And she gets up and she's like, shit, I want to be a part of this. So Angela, aka Ariel from Little Mermaid, she goes over to them and she's asking, can I please be a part of this? She's like, please, I can be on the bottom of this group. Like, I don't care. I just want to be a part of it. Can I please join you guys? And she's like, it would just mean so much to me. And it made me so sad. She's just like literally begging to be a part of an alliance because nobody really wants to establish anything official with her. So everyone is just sitting there looking at her like, and then someone, I'm not sure who, I think it was either Tucker or Chemo, was like, well, we're looking out for you. That's not what she wants, though. She wants something official. She says, I want in. So Tucker says, I don't see why not. Everyone else was pretty quiet during this part. But Tucker's like, we can come up with something, some sort of a name, make it official. And Angela's like, you guys probably already have something. Just let me be a part of that, right? Just group me in. Again, I don't care if I'm at the bottom of it. And Tucker's like, all right, I'm down. Like the more numbers, the better, right? It's always good to have those extra numbers. Plus, he brings up, you've won HOH twice already. Like you do bring things to the table. And Angela's like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing it every time I can. She says, I dial in. I really was not expecting her to have 2 HOH wins at this point. So like, she's not making it up. She actually does have some comp abilities here, right? So Tucker suggests the name The School, right? Because they were outside by the fish tank or upstairs by the fish tank. And he was saying it's like a school of fish or maybe like the tanks, like the fish tanks. But they didn't really like settle anything. I don't know how real this actually is, but Quinn came up and he broke up the conversation. Something tells me they're going to let Angela think that she's in an alliance with them, but she's not really a part of it, which makes me so sad again. Cause like, I really do feel like Angela, I mean, she could blow at any moment, but I feel like she does want to play this game and she wants to be in an alliance, but like nobody wants to get in with her. But I respect her for going up to everybody and like asking to be a part of something. That directness, it's very rare in this game. But later, Chemo and T-Core are chatting alone, and T-Core is talking about her ideal alliance. So it would be her and Chemo, of course, with Rubina, Brooklyn, and Chelsea. Not Brooklyn and Chelsea. Oh my God, danger. Why is she so obsessed with aligning with those two? She's talking about wanting to loop Chelsea and Brooklyn in on this new alliance that they've got going with Tucker. No, stop. Like, why are you trying to work with people that you know are loyal to the Pentagon? Because here's the thing. T-Core and Chemo know about the Pentagon alliance because of Quinn. But as far as we've seen, Chelsea and Brooklyn have not spilled anything about that to T-Core or Chemo. So I don't know why T-Core is so obsessed with working with those two, but I think it's a bad call. I think those two are so loyal to the Pentagon, the chances of them flipping on that alliance are very low. So I think that's not a great move. But today, it's been pretty slow so far today, but we do have a little bit of game here. Tucker and Joseph were checking in with each other, and Tucker told Joseph all about Angela approaching him, Chemo, T-Core, and Rubina last night, trying to form an alliance. Her being like, I want to be a part of this. And they were like kind of laughing about it, but also like, I think Joseph maybe is open to the possibility of working with that group and Angela. It's hard to say. I don't know. Sometimes it's just so hard to hear these freaking audio clips with like the whispering and everything. But Tucker says, you know what, though? It would be nice to have Angela in the group, not just as a number, but she brings a different point of view to the group, right? And that's a valuable asset. So I think Tucker really does want to work with Angela. Tucker also wants to win HOH next week. He is talking about putting up Cedric, Quinn, maybe Cam, but Joseph is like, I don't know. I think we should keep Cam and Leah both around as a shield, right? Because that's going to be a distraction that will take people away from targeting Tucker or Joseph, right? They're going to be looking at Cam and Leah and thinking we need to split that up. So Joseph would like to keep the two of them around for a while. So then Tucker asks Joseph, what do you think about Chelsea? And Joseph says, well, I trust her sometimes, and sometimes I don't. He's not really sure about Chelsea. They agree that Chelsea definitely has a final two with Brooklyn. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about that this week. They are making it so obvious how close the two of them are. They also feel like Chelsea is super judgy. Joseph says she's always making little effing comments about everything. Ooh, I mean, they're not wrong though. How many times have we heard her talk about people's dirty socks? But like, she always has something to say about everyone. So Tucker is like, you know what? I'd consider putting Chelsea up if I win HOH next week. And a lot of people, house guests included, are speculating that this week's HOH competition will be the wall, which I think is definitely a possibility because I believe they're already on lockdown. Like, they're not allowed in the backyard right now. So it's a big build for this competition. I think it's totally possible. And everybody is gearing up for that endurance. I mean, Tucker was even saying he wants to eat a bunch of cheese on Thursday so he can let out some toxic farts on the wall. No, I hope he was joking about that part. But also, is Tucker okay? Because just before I was watching the feeds and he was like lying on the floor in the gym. I don't know if he was like stretching or if he hurt himself or if he was like napping. I don't know, but hopefully he's okay. We've got 2 days left until the eviction. Maybe we'll get some game talk before then, and maybe we won't. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I know it's a shorter one today, but like, I don't want to waste your time if there's really not that much happening. But I do want to thank our super chatters. You guys are awesome. Wendy Will, thank you so much as always. And Wendy says, oh, hi. Oh, hi, right back at you. Jody Cortez, thank you so much. And Jody says, sent message to your Instagram. Check, super important. Oh, okay. I will check that out after this. Thank you. And thank you for the super chat. Anna, thank you so much for the generous super chat. Oh, number 1. I love that. Is anyone else missing the Olympics? Because I definitely am. I just started watching for my exercise show this documentary on Netflix. I already watched the Simone Biles one, which was amazing. But now I'm watching one called Sprint about like a bunch of the track runners, which honestly is also really great so far. So highly recommend, especially if you're going through Olympic withdrawals like I am. But that's where we're at. So I'll see you all tomorrow. No, I'll see you all tonight. We have that special episode on tonight. It's on at 8, so don't forget to tune into that. Hopefully we'll find out what this next twist is. I don't know what to expect, but if you want to leave your theories in the comments, go for it. So I'll see you all later. And until then, much love. Bye, everybody.